There we go. Almost hit the go live button. I'm like, well, it gives me a warning. So that's something we're not doing. But okay. Which means I have to bring up a new screen. So as this will be our first official dip, we've got Skadi, the white Dragonborn Transmutation wizard, I believe it was, wasn't it?
Yes.
And Roro, high Elven lore bard.
You forgot to put fabulous high elf lore bard.
I didn't forget. I chose my words. So, to catch up, because we've been away a week or two, and I need to refresh my own brain on the things. Our story started in the Caldara of the Doreen Valley, led by Father Aldrin Silverbow, who rules the area with a firm but fair grip to those who support him, and is a merciless, cold-hearted tyrant to those who oppose him, depending on what side of the divide and how close an ally you are of him. Roro, coming from a noble family that provides much of Doreen's food, or at least a substantial amount of it, became jealous of his stepbrother's popularity after his father remarried, and coaxed him out into the woods in an assassination attempt that didn't quite work. Fleeing his stepbrother's entourage, which Roro didn't know was trailing them, he fled northward, eventually ending at a town by the name of Alta, where he was lying low-ish, taking on the name Roro to give himself some anonymity and some distance from his past life, but still living in somewhat arrogant splendor for the small town, throwing coin around and generally taking things easy as he plans his next move. Also in the village of Alta is Skadi, who for the last few months has been on her own since the passing of her master and her teacher in the ways of wizardry. She made her life as her master's alchemist's assistant, so far as she remembers. Coming sometime to Alta, or coming to consciousness sometime in Alta, with no recollection of her past. One evening, quote-unquote, as for the last, well, could have been days, could have been weeks, could have been months. No one can tell, as the skies have been black and vacant of stars and absent of all light. Light did find Alta in the flickering firelight as Doreen Valley guards, bearing colors of Roro's family house, were searching the village for someone, or several someones perhaps, slaying all the townsfolk who either resisted their interrogation or whose answers were not to their liking. Caught up in this, Skadi sees Roro sneaking about, says that they should flee, as in a panic of seeing her kinsmen, the only people she remembers being around, are slaughtered wholesale by these inquisitors. The two of them, taking to their feet, run towards the south of the village, trying to escape the encroaching flames, to having alerted several of the guardsmen. A battle ensued where Skadi and Roro held their own for the most part, Skadi even turning back when she had clear line of escape to clear a path for Roro, and in doing so took an errant crossbow bolt and falling off of a short stone wall and into the snow. Roro, in a sense of perhaps... Well, we don't know what Roro's motivations are, but he's nevertheless threw Skadi over his shoulder and ran out of the village in the ensuing chaos, with several of the town's guard remaining in pursuit, and those who were also in the village starting to converge on their location as well. They were ushered into a magically camouflaged dome by a silver elf, who eventually introduced himself as Dahadi Quicksilver, healing some of Skadi's more life-threatening injuries. They had a small discussion where it was noticed by the two that this Dahadi was a vigilante, not a vigilante, but he was basically hunted as a traitor to the holy kingdom of Doreen. Treasonous and on the run, he had everyone lie low as the guards continued their search, and eventually, having the heat die down from that, started moving further northward. Several discussions were taking place, and it was revealed that Dahadi has been doing his best to find out different groups of resistance to Father Silverbow's rule. And he's got contacts in several pockets of the valley, and basically pitched for the two of you to join the cause, but ultimately, with neither of you at the time making any kind of decision, it was left as a hanging question. I do not remember offhand what the next village was, because lack of caffeine. Laravik, where you kind of regrouped, gathered your thoughts, bought a few supplies, and Dahadi was gone after by the time that you had come to from your trances, saying that Doreen Guard, or the Crown's Guard, were starting to kind of close in, and he was leading them astray, leading them away from the two of you. So, saying he left instructions to meet, if you would desired, to meet up with his contact to the Halderi pocket, and to a man named Gillfan Fang. Following this line, the two of you met up with Gil, who had a mixed reaction to the two of you for various reasons that we won't get into, i.e. Roro's general rudeness.
What?
The two of you decided to at least hear out the captain's, or the camp leader's story and his thing, to get more information as to whether or not you actually want to join with this movement or not. Taken downriver, you were assailed by a few harpies that you took care of, and eventually made it to this camp, whose leader was a human male by the name of Tallow. They explained their presence in the valley being, well, they just want to make for sure that that Silverbow doesn't go poking his head out of the valley and into the nearby Halderi archipelago, which they refer to as the Icy Grasp. Giving some mixed and guarded affirmations that they wouldn't mind, for their own personal reasons, getting back at Silverbow for the burning of Alta and, well, just general shenaniganry like that. You were sent on a mission of trust, with Gil being your backup babysitter, however you want to assume that role of his. But you were sent to secure supplies from a caravan that was coming by. You were going to basically either be seen as someone who is serious about this, or a potential threat, as there was the possibility of you turning on people and alerting the caravan to, it was a test of loyalty, which saw you at least continue your path of supporting these scattered resistance cells. Taking down the guards, you have taken on the caravan, succeeded, and are currently driving it back towards the camp. And that is where we will rejoin here with, well, whatever it is you're choosing to do.
Roro is driving the caravan as the other two relax in the back and recover. And is a little unsure, actually, of the path they actually need to be going back onto.
Like the physical path?
Yeah.
Well, in that, as you're driving the cart along, kind of looking as it winds around, Gil is able to direct you randomly. And eventually you're kind of getting off of the main road, and it starts to become a little bumpy, and travels become a little slow. From the camp, it was like 2.5 hours on foot, and this is going to take a little bit longer because you have to take you can't go as directly because you got horse and wheel to deal with instead of just your feet, so it's going to be a while. You were able to have your short rest, do the various recoveries there, but are either of you doing anything specifically during this time?
Nothing more than what we've already done in our...
Okay. Just to review what was...
Yeah, I'm going to say that was the end. Like, Gil's answer was the end of all of that, and now he's just shouting orders like he owns the place.
Well, not that he owns the place, just he knows where it's going and you don't.
Left here! Oh.
Well, it's very good to know what Roro thinks of the whole situation.
Just picture a piranha in his head. A small fish with big teeth.
Isn't that just the most generous way of looking at things?
Sounds quite right.
Sensing a little bit of conflict here, but I'm not entirely certain. So, as time goes on, you're given to a little bit of silence as kind of the excitement of the day kind of calms down a little. The adrenaline kind of passes, and just the implications of what's been done here. I will have you at this point check your perception.
Perception.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's okay.
You got this.
I usually do.
Roro doesn't know what the hell's going on again.
Okay, a 13 is not terrible, alright?
It would be better if you'd stop mocking Gil in your head. You'd know it would play on.
You know, I can't.
Yeah, well, there's your low rolls for you. So, you start, you pull, you've been off the main road for a while now. It's again, kind of hard to tell time, but you've been moving, and you definitely see the outline start to creep up of a chasm where there is a rope bridge that looks pretty sturdy and wide enough to fit your cart, which Gil is directing you to have to cross.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, it sways a little in the wind, but from all outward glances, it looks stable and sturdy enough to actually traverse.
Okay.
And moving is you're approaching this. Actually, everyone can hear kind of chirping and squawks and just.
I can't hear it.
What's that?
I can't hear anything.
No, you're hearing the sounds of nature and birds and stuff. And as you're moving along, Skadi, you actually something doesn't quite seem right about it. Like you've been noticing that since this darkness kind of hit, there's not a whole lot of animal activity. It's just a lot of the wildlife has kind of gone into this weird stealth survival mode because it's constantly dark. The biological clocks are all kind of screwed up, and this amount of bird-like chittering is just unnerving. There's something that doesn't quite seem right about it.
So, does that set us up for another attack similar to episodes ago?
Arby's.
Those bitches.
Those. Them and their spines.
Go ahead and give me an intelligence check with advantage.
Both of us?
Skadi.
Okay, I'm not sure if I'm hitting the one in the box or the one in the tiny box.
In the box, not the one, not in the main stat block.
Okay, if I roll this wrong,
No, you roll already.
Thanks.
Yeah, as you're kind of mulling this over, it definitely sounds like communication. It definitely sounds like there is more thought behind it, not just like animals making noise.
Alright. So...
And it definitely comes to you as like, yeah, wait. No, these do sound like them.
Okay.
What are
I'm
these
going
things?
to ask if you get what's going on at this point. Assuming that more towards Roro.
There's voices? Huh.
So it's a lot of noise right now. Gil notices the noise, but doesn't seem like he's made the connection.
Gil, I think we should prepare for another attack.
What's going on?
Right. He kind of stands up on the back end of the cart and just kind of looking around.
I'll try not to hit any bumps.
Shit, you're right. As he kind of dips down a little lower and takes his Dwom in the hand, and yeah, we got incoming.
Perfect.
I will concentrate on the horses.
Can we get off this bridge before we start getting it?
Oh, we are going to be having our initiatives going on here. So you can go ahead and roll those.
Oh my gosh. Always a low number.
Remember to click on, well...
Okay, yeah, I did that wrong. I'm sorry.
Nah, I'll... You already rolled them, so I'll just throw them up on here. I can fix it.
I don't think I've ever rolled above a 10 for initiative.
Yeah, you know what? There are people who don't. They just have low-ass initiatives.
And I'm going to be one of those people. It's my special power.
Hey, you beat the heart.
I mean, granted, you have a 0 dex, so yeah.
Oh, is that what it's based off of?
Yeah, initiative is based off of your dexterity stat.
So, because I'm intelligent and have no dexterity, I'm going to lose every time.
Well, I mean, you could. It's more or less just straight up roll at that point. So.
Mm-hmm.
And. Oh, soap. All right. Oh no, it doesn't have a 200 initiative, it's got a 20.
Yeah, don't help it, Quinn.
Can't help it. Can't help myself.
You just enjoy to watch us lose?
Yeah. I want you to I want you to survive.
I don't know if I believe that.
Well, no, I absolutely want you to survive. It's just not always a guaranteed thing that's going to happen. Alright, so... Got that there.
Skadi, I suggesting in the cart.
That's going to earn you a death blow.
So we start our initiative as you see coming out from the bottom, coming into view from the gorge. A couple of harpies flapping up. One popping up out of a tree behind you, and coming out from a nearby tree is one that is slightly larger than the others, also holding a leash with a very large, stark white wolf on a tether, looking at you growling. We found them, my sisters! And lets go of the leash, with this wolf starting to dash forward.
This wolf's gonna be a bitch.
So we begin with Gil, who... Oh, that'll teach me not to take that one. Okay. I was kind of hoping he had both of those, which is not the case.
Feels weird.
All right, fine. Lacking any major ranged, lacking what he wanted to be able to do. He will turn to the one that's behind him, reach out his hand towards the ground, and flick his arm upward, causing a blast of snow to strike out at the heartbeat, which needs to save for Dex, and doesn't, taking 8 radiant damage.
You're gonna die.
So this wolf comes running up. And this thing is large. It stands a good 4 feet tall. Has fangs just completely bared, and it looks like the saliva on it is thick, like it's half frozen as it's dripping out of its maw.
Look, Skadi, your family.
In what way do I look like I'm related to that snarl thing?
Frost breath.
You're not wrong. So I need to make a couple of dex saves. Oh, hey, look. Well, go horses. But that's 4d8 still. Alright, now I gotta see how much this has, cause holy shit. Things that I probably should have looked up beforehand.
That's okay, we'll forgive you this time.
This time.
Just this time. Wow, do they really not... What is it under then? You would think it would be under horse.
Well, that's what makes sense.
Yeah, it's under riding horse. Okay.
Oh.
Okay, no. So this wolf comes running up, closes in on the horses, and just kind of bears down on all fours, opens its mouth, and this plume of frost just comes bellowing out from within it, and you see the horses rear back, stiffen up, and you see as this frost clings to it, the horses are just frozen through and are not moving.
My plan.
Them horses are dead, yo. Roro, you were just on the edge of this.
Watch the hair. Watch.
Yeah, you barely avoided having to deal with this shit. It is your turn.
Wow, fabulous. Roro is going to jump off and over and kind of get right up next to this being thing. And
this thing is closing in on as tall as you are.
You're right. Right there should be good.
Just kind of hop over the frozen carcasses of the horses.
Yes, in full aspect of getting revenge for the horse.
Okay.
Who knew Silver Spoon Roro liked horses?
I love them. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of if I want to use this right now. Am I able to use my Thunderwave spell as a level 2?
Yeah. It'll allow you to cast it at a higher level, and it'll do more damage, in fact. Okay, so the only thing you can hit is that wolf.
Perfect.
Which needs to make a Constitution save. And it does.
It does hit him?
No,
it does save, so it takes half damage. So 16 to 8 damage, and it is not knocked back.
That's rude.
Alright, you still have your bonus action if you want it.
Oh, yeah, no, I think that's good. I'll just leave it there.
Alright, leaving it hanging for now. Skadi.
Okay, my question is can I use a ranged attack from inside this cart, or do I need to get out of it?
You need to be on one of the ends of it, because currently you're in a covered wagon.
That's what I...
So you can't see out of the sides.
I'll just get out of it.
Alright, you would have to move up to the front before.
Okay, sorry. That looked
but
like
I think you've got the 5, 10, 15, yeah, you've got enough. You can get there with 5, 10. We'll say that's 15 feet worth of your movement to get there.
Okay, then stay there. Okay, so I think I'm doing this right. I don't think I've used this spell yet. Patiently.
What spell?
That one.
Firebolt. Ooh, nice. Alright, what are you targeting?
Lady.
That one? Alright.
Lady? That's a couple of those.
Lovely lady.
Lovely. There's a couple of those too. It's the one with the horns.
I think that's the only thing that could be considered a lovely lady here. Let's see. Just checking something else real quick here, because I believe that's an 8-hour spell. It is.
Really?
Okay, good. No, your mage armor that you had cast last time. I'm just making for sure your armor class is accurate. Right.
Okay.
So a 16 will hit for 4 points of damage.
Thrilling.
Hey. You're hitting. That's.
Excuse my frustration with the dice, but I always hit low.
But
They
you
have
hit.
nothing to do with them.
Remember, all damage is good damage.
That's more than the silver spoon elf over there.
Alright, Harpies. 10, 15.
They're not allowed to move right now.
Roro
Say
has
that.
so.
As the great ruler, all you back up. Don't come near me.
Oh, great.
Oh, God.
Alright, so we'll handle the attacks first. One at Skadi and one at Roro. lash out with claws, so the one striking out at Roro misses, but Skadi, you take 6 points of slashing damage, unless I don't know what your spells are. Your spell slots are looking like here.
Spell slots are terrible, so I'm not gonna go there with that one.
Okay, but you are still remembering that you have shield, correct?
Yes.
Okay. That's the important thing here. Alright, so you've taken that. Now we have... We'll consider those just strength checks. No, and no. Okay. Two of the harpies, who are not directly engaging them, seem to be going at the posts of this bridge and are trying to pick at it with their talons.
Why are harpies such bitches?
I don't know. It might be that they're harpies.
It's in their nature.
Maybe.
I think their defining character trait is bitch. Might be some reason why we use it in our own vernacular. Gil, seeing this, doesn't like the looks of it, so he'll hop off the back and start trying to take care of that. And we'll make 2 strikes with Slaw Blood. How was that actually even pronounced? Slow blood. Okay.
Sorry, what again?
Oh, just... The weapon actually has a name, and I can't remember how to pronounce it all the time.
Yeah, but I blinked when you said it, so could you say it again?
No.
Oh.
Okay, takes a couple of swipes at it. Not hitting either time. But he will use one of his key points to use Flurry and make one more strike. And there we go. So he hits it one time and gets its attention off of trying to pick at the bridge. Which leads to the wolf's turn,
No.
who gets his frost breath back.
Oh,
Wait
no.
a second. Oh, wait a second there. Why does he get his frost breath back?
Because he's a winter wolf.
I'm a white dragon.
You're only partially white dragon.
Yeah, sit back down.
Okay, I'm just frustrated because I can use my frost breath once.
Yeah, I know.
Stupid. I will.
However, it will move in and just bite at. It's got no good range to use that with, so it will just go in and gnash at it. And by it, I mean Roro with his teeth.
It. Oh.
Alright, that will hit for 7 points of piercing damage, and you'll need to make a strength saving throw.
Goodness. Oh gosh. Okay. Strength. Those are in the boxes all the way to the left, right?
Not. This is where it says saving throws. Not all the way to the left. That column next to it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that one. Okay.
Okay, that's a failure. So it basically bites down on kind of like your calf and just rips you off of your feet.
This is lovely.
It brings it to your turn, and you are prone on the ground.
I'm trying to move the... There we go. Okay, so Roro's going to do his absolute best to get up.
That's half your movement, but automatic.
I'm going to go back a little bit.
Just as a reminder, moving out of their range will give them the opportunity to attack you.
Will gives that's right. Okay. You don't like us very much, do you?
Unless you spend your action to disengage.
That means you can't attack.
That's fine.
That would leave you with your bonus action.
Okay. I think I'll just go straight into slashing with my wolf.
Alright, what are you attacking?
The damn wolf!
Attack the wolf.
In here, Skadi's family.
Attack the ice bork. That is a hit for 6 points of damage.
Is it almost dead?
No.
Can you give me any good news?
You've hit it both times you've attacked it.
Yay!
That's the good news. So, from initiative count 18 to initiative count 9.
There's me.
Skadi, it's your turn.
Clarification question. Can I use my bonus action to move?
No. You are not a rogue.
Okay, then. That's fine. Okay, so I want to use my action to disengage this bitch.
That you can do.
Are you gonna crawl back through the side of the cart again?
No. And I can move 30, right?
Yes, you can.
And each square is 5?
Each square is 5, yes.
Okay. I've come to needs help.
I hope you brought your extra shiny spoon.
That's you're my extra shiny spoon.
Not a lot.
Okay, do you have a bonus action that you can use for anything?
No, because I am a wizard.
Okay. Harupis. Yeah, okay. Right there, that one's still picking at the thing there. And, we'll get that out of the way first. Yeah, okay. You see that, this harpy right here has, started fraying the ropes for the bridge, and it looks like to be halfway through them. Gil is going to be suffering a couple of... Do those actually... Yep, be suffering a couple of claw attacks. Neither of which hit him. That's not gonna work there. Sleight of hand, huh?
Sorry.
Follow the coin. Where's the coin going? 71. Okay. Skadi, with you coming in, and the wolf seems to have gotten this taken care of, the harpy is going to be taking a gash at you, hitting you for 7 points of damage.
Okay, can I cast shield?
You absolutely can. So mark off your first level spell slot, and you've got +5 armor for this round.
Yay!
Or until the start of your turn, anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Bringing it to Gil's turn, who's kind of getting himself surrounded here. Well, no time to be fancy with it. We're going to start taking swings at the Harpy here. Hit. That will also hit. Alright. And take a couple of quick slashes at one of the Harpies, bringing that to the ground. And yeah, he'll use Flurry to put pressure on the other one. For 9 points. Okay, good. We still have Harpies on the board now. And he will dash under the Harpy and at least shift position to start trying to make his way closer to you guys. The wolf, seeing as how they've lined themselves up rather nicely.
God, of course.
No.
Yeah.
Nick, Skadi, talk your family down.
Does that thing have scales?
It does
Really?
not have scales. It's got
You're
very
only
cold,
half.
very cold fur.
Oh, yourself, I am so funny.
Whoa, what is that error? Okay, that doesn't even work. We're just not going to count that as an attack then. You are going to make a dexterity saving throw, please, both of you.
First, we just talked about this. Wait, which box do I get that one out of?
The savings throw box. This
This one right here.
not the far left, but the second column. Okay. So that's 17. Well, here's the thing. That's you failed your saving throw. However, this is also a blast of frost to which you are resistant.
True.
I'll take it.
And Roro saved, so both of you take 8 points of frost damage. You would have, had you succeeded the save, you would have only taken 1/4 of the damage.
Even though I casted shield and it hasn't been my turn yet?
It's a saving throw, not an attack roll.
Oh, okay. I was trying to get myself out of it.
You said only 8 damage?
Yes, it's 8 damage that was done to both of you. So, you know, at least you don't have to worry about the cold damage as much, Scott.
That is true.
Still sucks, but, you know, you have the potential to nullify a lot of it. Speaking of, Roro.
Speaking of
Nullifying things, Roro, it is your turn.
Okay, clarification question. I know Vicious Mockery is a psychic kind of psychedelic kind of move kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is that something I can use right now to like get more damage on him or the actual?
Vicious Mockery is a cantrip, which it is one action, but as a cantrip you can use it at any time you desire. And
Okay.
it does a d4 damage if they don't save. And if they don't make their save, they take the d4 psychic damage, as well as have disadvantage on their next attack roll.
Is that something I can use as a bonus move?
No, it is a standard action.
Okay, didn't think so. I just wanted to make sure on that part.
I think the only bonuses you have are Healing Word and
Your room.
your Inspiration.
Inspiration, yeah.
Yeah, Cure Wounds is a standard action.
Right, yeah. Okay. Oh god, here we go.
Which one are you targeting?
The wolf thing.
Still on the wolf. Okay. So it needs to make a Wisdom save. A 14. It fails. So it takes 1 point of psychic damage. But more importantly, it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Yay!
So I'm gonna put a little, we'll say, blue dot for that.
Okay, and I still have my bonus move, right?
You still have your bonus action.
And that was the healing word one.
Yes, you can use Healing Word or if you have any inspirations. I'm not sure what your resources are like on that one yet. And I'm guessing you're targeting...
Myself right now. Okay, and that gives me 7 more.
That gives... You have... No, you heal yourself for 8, because you cast it at 2nd level.
Okay. Okay, and that ends my turn.
Yes, indeed it does. Skadi, your shield fades.
So... If I move here, would I be putting the harpy in melee?
If you moved right here, you would be flanking the harpy, which means attack rolls would be at advantage.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
All right. Okay. As you kind of maneuver around, the harpy, who is kind of focusing on you, sees what you're kind of doing, and as you rake out with your hands, it kind of takes a quick and powerful flap of its wings, kicking up snow that kind of gets into your eyes and also moving it just briefly, giving it enough lift to jump out of the way of you.
That bitch.
I tried.
The dice have not forgiven you.
They never will.
Have you tried talking?
The harpies. Well, getting halfway through the bridge is no longer its priority. The harpy's going to come out here. So we got 3 attacks, 1 on each of you. Gill's getting clawed at, which misses. The harpy on Roro is going to claw at you with advantage because of the wolf, which will end up hitting for 6 points of damage because of the wolf's pack tactics. And Skadi, you are getting clawed at, which will hit you for 3 points of damage. Gill's move is going to be to continue to try and eradicate all harpies.
We approve of this move.
Yes. Alright. 2 hits for 17 damage. Don't like having to burn all the ki, but right now... Yeah, there we go. There are sounds of scraping of combat behind you, something hitting the floor. 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. There. As you see Gill starting to run up from behind the caravan with his spear kind of caked in some fresh ichor, just like, the back's clear. What do we... Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Seeing the wolf there, just, huh.
Is this his first realization that the wolf is here?
Yeah, this is the first time he's seen it. He was in the back when it was there.
I wasn't sure if Robo's mouth did something and told everyone.
You never said anything, so...
That is true.
Alright, which brings us to the Winter Wolf, who does not get its frost breath back.
Yeah!
And it will take a snap at you, Roro, with disadvantage because of your mockery. Which causes it to not crit your face off.
Oh my god!
So, you know what? Credit where it's due. Good use of Vicious Mockery. Because that was going to,
Murder me?
Yeah, that had the potential to be real bad. In fact... Holy shit, yeah, that would have done 24 points of damage to you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he would have annihilated you if not for that. Oh my god. Good job, Roro.
Maybe Gilbert recognize me.
Oh god.
Maybe, but maybe not.
Probably not. Oh god, here we go.
Besides, you never told me how you were mocking it, so yeah, he didn't know shit.
I think I said something, I just don't remember if I said it.
No,
Ow.
well, you were probably thinking something.
Yeah.
But, so saying, it is your turn, Roro.
Okay, longsword on Wolfman, obviously.
Longsword on Wolfman, 13 will hit for 6 points of damage.
Okay.
It's still looking quite strong, by the way.
Oh my god!
It seems like your cuts have been relatively superficial.
His face is superficial. I don't like him. Okay, I think 16.
This is probably a rather uncomfortable position because you've got enemies on many sides.
Oh gosh, I think I need to use my healing word again.
Yeah, you're looking kind of rough.
Yeah, it's still so fabulous.
Alright. 11 points of recovery for you. Alright, that being done, Skadi, it is your turn.
She's making a serious face.
D&D serious business, man.
I'm trying to pick a good thing without killing Roro.
Nice, thank you. Appreciate it.
Well, you're being useful right now.
If I tried to use Shatter, would I be putting Roro in? If I get...
You cannot distinguish, You can't... That's not a spell that will ignore certain enemies, so... Yeah, I think you'd probably catch him in it.
Okay, never mind then.
Aren't you gorgeous for that?
I don't actually remember what the radius on Shatter is.
It's always great.
What is the area on Shatter?
I think it's 15, but I don't remember.
Let's double check this real quick here. 10-foot radius sphere. You can angle it so that you can hit these two enemies here and not Roro, but the harpy right in front of you is going to... you can't hit that one without hitting Roro.
Okay.
But if you wanted to use Shatter on the other two, you can angle it in such a way where you won't hit anything but the two of them.
Just make sure you tell me to duck. That would be fantastic.
Oh no, it's going to erupt behind the enemies. Or to the side of the enemies.
Okay, I think I do want to like.
So if that's what you want to do, go for it. Alright, Constitution 14. Let me... Okay. So, first and foremost, Harpy con save. Will succeed. The wolf will not.
Yay, the important one.
So the Harpy takes 11 points of damage. And 22 thunder damage to the wolf, who's starting to look a bit haggard now.
Just starting to look haggard.
Yeah, he's he definitely looks more hurt now than he did before. Significantly so.
Have you not seen Roro?
I mean, let's just put it this way. You did, in one turn, about as much damage as Roro had been doing to it. So this thunderous burst erupts from a point just behind them, a point from a little behind them, as just shards of snow and ice go flying outward. You also see the post of the bridge shatter from the impact of this spell as well.
Good job, Skadi.
So this pillar is gone, and the bridge is kind of lists a bit to the side, and you see the cart kind of take a couple of several inches sliding to the side there, as the bridge kind of stabilizes itself again. Bringing it to the Harpy's turn.
Fantastic.
One to Roro, one to Skadi, as they claw at you. So Roro's misses, Skadi's misses, as they're starting to see. You're starting to see a little bit of desperation behind the fury in their eyes.
Gillfan,
brings it to Gil's turn, who, at this point, seeing what's going on here, will use the last of his spell slots to cast Bane. Because again, he scoops up a handful of the snow and blows it out, and the three of them have, as you see, as it flies up and kind of clings around the heads of these creatures. And this is a charisma save versus his 16. So we'll do the wolf first here, who's got a really... Oh, fuck, even with that. Alright, the wolf is unaffected. Wolf don't give a fuck. The harpies, however, the hell's even up with that? Alright. So the harpies are afflicted with Bane. The wolf shrugs it off. And for movement... 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. As Gil will start moving around and end up right next to the wolf and see if he can't poke the damn thing using one of his remaining key points to use his flurry. And we'll nab it for 10 damage. but at least you're now flanking the wolf.
10, that's all, Gil.
And he also baned 2 of them, so, you know. Okay, so do you want evens or odds, Roro?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Do you want evens or odds?
Oh. Even.
Alright, the winter will. Well, actually, this will depend highly on this. Yeah, it still doesn't have his frost breath back. It will snap at you now.
Fun. That's great.
And gnash at you for 16 piercing damage.
Oh my god. Can I use my inspiration to kind of like lower that?
You do have cutting words. It's a D6. You can choose to do one of 2 things. You can either roll your cutting words to reduce the incoming damage, or you can roll it to try and make it miss. So it's a D6 right now, if I recall your inspiration.
Oh, that's difficult.
Yes, it is a D6. So you can either reduce the damage or the attack roll by 6, or by a D6. It rolled a 17, and you gotta, if you wanted to make it miss, you have to make it. Let's see, 16, 15, 14. You would have to roll a 5 or a 6 to make it miss you. So you're probably better trying to reduce the incoming damage, unless you're feeling real lucky.
Well, whenever I feel really lucky, the dice are like, honey.
So yeah, you would have to roll a 5 or a 6 to negate the damage, or roll to reduce the damage.
Okay, I'm gonna just reduce the damage.
Okay, so how are you shouting at him? Come on, you're a sassy-ass bard. Come on now.
Get back to your family tree, bitch!
You reduce it to 15 damage.
I hate my life so much. You got something to say over there? Dragon whore?
Oh, wow. That escalated quickly.
Yeah, so did my health.
Oh, wow.
I'm the whore, but you're the one with the glittery nipple covers.
I'm not glittery! That was decided by both of you!
Shiny nipple covers. They are still metallic. Alright, that being the case, it does bring it to Roro. Your turn.
Does it?
So, because of positioning, you would at least have advantage on an attack against the wolf. Actually, there's only one target you don't have advantage on, due to flanking.
Oh gosh, do I even want to attempt Thunder Wave again?
There is no spot where you wouldn't be hitting an ally.
So fuck him.
Well, that is your choice.
No, I'm not that rude. I may be a royal fabulous person, but anyways. This is gonna be on man again.
Alright, you slash at it for 9 points of damage.
Yeah, did it kill him?
It is not dead, but it is looking quite injured at this point.
Oh.
It's looking pretty rough.
See how many more skill slots. Guys.
So you still have a bonus if you wish to take anything with it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do Healing Word again.
You can do this! You can do this! Stab, stab, slash, slash.
Yeah.
You have been getting a lot of good rolls with your Healing Word. I
The
will
only
have to
thing.
say that. So 10 points recovery.
Yay.
Skadi.
So, for clarification, because I'm pretty sure this is a ranged attack.
What's that?
I'm just trying to make sure I don't kill people I'm not intending to kill. For the burning hands, if I try to use that and attack this one, would I hurt the other?
I think you might be okay, but let me double check real quick. Because it might you might just be in range to nab Roro with that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Burning Hands. Each creature within a 15-foot cone. Wow, Burning Hands got a lot better. Well, normally it was just kind of like this weird semicircle outside of you. But 5, 10, 15... Yeah, you would... I mean, granted, you would hit you would hit all 3 of the targets, but you would be scorching Roro as well.
You know what?
Well,
I've already been beaten up and like clawed and frozen. You know, yeah, bitch.
Yeah. Wow, 15-foot cone. That's not bad.
unfortunately, it doesn't help in this situation.
No, if Roro wasn't there, you would be in great position, but,
That tends to be Skadi's life.
yeah.
If Roro wasn't there.
I mean, granted, if Roro had rolled into town, she'd probably still be making potions right now.
He probably would be dead.
I'm gonna go with this since I'm gonna try to not kill the Malfeet.
Alright, well, you had advantage on that attack, therefore,
Yeah.
it is a critical hit. As you rake down one of its arms, causing a very deep laceration. For 6 points of damage.
So if we could hurry up and bleed to death, that would...
That'd be great.
Is that going to be an inspiration, or...?
Alright, brings it to the Harpies. Roro and Skadi are going to be attacked again.
Really?
With their claws. So... starting with Roro. Because of Bane, it misses you.
Yeah.
Alright. And Skadi. Oh, Bane is not even gonna help. Like, won't even be able to help with that. You do take 9 points of slashing damage.
Except that I have one more spell slot, so I'll use shield.
Good job. Alright. Which means Bane did help! It allowed you to get in range of that. So good job.
It did something. Good job,
Hey.
Goldface. You're not a goldfish this round.
You know, I'm gonna laugh when all the monsters are dead and I don't drop you out of initiative. Which brings us to Gil's turn. Does not like the sight of this winter wolf, so yeah, let's kill this thing, please.
Please.
5 points of damage. 16 is enough to do it with 2 strikes.
Yes. Damn, I'm tired of that dog. Say goodbye to your uncle.
Oh my gosh, for the last time! Between scales and fur!
Alright. The winter wolf is dead. Roro.
I'm looking at the horse response versus the soldier response from our first encounter. Both look very similar. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna do my longsword on this bitch.
Okay. 9 points of damage to the harpy as you kind of pierce into its thigh. And it gives out this really horrible squawk. Skadi.
Until stuck in the same run.
Alright. Because of advantage, you do hit. gouging into it for another 5 points of damage. Good job.
Good job, me. We did not kill it. Either of us.
Harpies. One will attack Gil, the other one is going to continue to attack Skadi. Both of them miss. Gil, well, we have this harpy up here that I don't want to close in on you, so one miss and almost a crit. But for 5, yeah, we'll use the last of my key for that to make one more strike. So a grand total of 15 damage to this harpy up top here. Roro. You don't know Dissonant Whispers. Alright, I'm guessing that this is the one that you were pincering?
Yeah, the same one.
Okay. He's starting to carve this thing up. It is looking very displeased with life right now.
You and I the same.
It's looking really rough. Bringing it to Skadi.
No, Skadi, when blow on your dice with it. They have forgiven you.
We'll see about that.
4 points of damage as you claw at it.
Oh my gosh.
But you are hitting, and this harpy is, yeah, not. There's a hideous screech coming from them, and what does it say? As they will disengage.
I don't think so. You think you can rack down on this gorgeous like self and get away? Acid arrow, you.
I don't have any spell slots left.
You know what? Take all of mine.
If only it worked that way. But yeah, the harpies have just flat up said no and are just running away.
Now, Gillfan, you can swim well. Go after that one.
That is a gorge. But he's not inclined to let them get away. So 5, 10, 15. Which does put it in range at least to cast down another sacred radiant torrent of water and hope and pray that it does hit. Dex save. It fails its save and takes 16 points of damage, which is enough to drop it. He just kind of casts his arm out, another blast of this radiantly charged moisture goes flying out. Roro, it is your turn.
So we can move 30 feet?
You can move 30 feet.
Perfect. I think I'm still too far away. So
You are not in melee range, but you do have
my short bow.
You have your short bow, yes.
Were you going to say something else?
You have short bow and vicious mockery, but short bow does more damage. I don't know which has the. See, vicious mockery is a DC 14 versus your +3 to hit with.
Yeah. Okay.
So, yeah, you'll take a shot and miss. Skadi.
So annoyed.
I thought I had a plan, but I think I have a...
You think you have a different plan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, so which one is more likely to actually make contact? Freezing breath or chill touch?
Well, your freezing breath will hit automatically. It is a dex save for half damage.
Okay.
Chill touch requires an attack roll. But is also at a much larger range.
Yeah. Range is a
But your freezing breath does potentially more damage.
And then I can reach her with breath of right?
Yes, you can.
Okay, I got it. Oh my god!
Needs to make a dex save.
That's fine.
It takes 3 points of frost damage.
Beautiful.
It's still looking really hurt. As its turn will be spent using a double move.
No.
It is now 80 feet away. So basically, it's at 95 feet from you guys. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Okay, so Gil will kind of get to there, and what is the range on? Okay, so there's that. That was 40. He has no key. So he just kind of dashes up there and goes, with a kind of an arm outstretched, just, damn it. He's completely out of range. Same with Roro, I believe. Now, what's the range on a short bow?
That was not technical.
You can make a shot at it with disadvantage currently.
Okay. What if I moved to like right here? Is that helping?
That would be the last time you could attack with a straight roll.
Okay. Do that and then.
Alright. Send another arrow sailing at it, going wide. Skadi.
Okay, so he's in 120 foot range.
It is within 120 feet, so yes, it is within chill touch range. 21 to hit for 7 points of damage. It had 5 hit points remaining.
Oh, yay!
So it is flying away, shrieking its fool head off. You just take your almost stained red fingers at this point. It seems to be the normal nail polish for you. Reaching out as kind of your hand drops even paler than normal, to the point where it briefly becomes translucent. You see the bone structure beneath before it shoots out to the fleeing harpy. Oh, it ducks. It kind of ducks down a little bit, sensing something's up, and the claw curves around in the air, dips down, and rakes backwards, catching it in the back of the head, grabbing it and dragging it across the back of its scalp. You see the feathers kind of flit off it as it slams headfirst into the ground, twitches, and stops moving.
I don't feel very well after that.
Whatever do you mean?
Skadi did it! Yay!
Skadi did it! Skadi killed the last harpy!
Yay! There's inspiration for you.
Now remember what I said about not dropping initiative? You're within stabbing range still. No, So haggard, exhausted, Gil kind of leans on his spear a little bit, just... Well... I'm wondering if that's not the last we've seen of them.
Maybe it'll spread the word and not come back.
Or maybe they'll start taking us more seriously. Brought out our damn winter wolf to track us down.
That's more likely, so we should get moving.
Yeah, that is... Okay, that's not good. As Gil kind of turns his attention back to the bridge, as the cart is on the edge of this rope and kind of teetering over enough to see all the supplies tip over with the carcasses of the horses.
I'm so angry. My poor horses are in the water.
Oh, well.
Moment? They're statues.
How dare you?
Yeah, there's a couple of seconds before you hear the crashing noises as they hit the bottom of the gorge.
Oh!
Just the cart, the wagon, the
Statues.
you don't hear body thumps over the clatter of wood splintering and just things go flying out and just...
Well, that's going to be really difficult to explain to them.
Gil will kind of wander over to the edge of the cliff, just... Well, damn it. That was a waste. See him go over. He's like, well, we're not going away completely empty-handed. As he walks over to the body of the wolf, just kind of strains to kind of try and pick it up. Just... Let's see. Let's check for success on that, shall we? Yeah, with some effort, he's able to put it like firemen's carry over his shoulder as he kind of reaches around, puts his spear, one of the loops of his spear onto the hook that's on his back, holding it in place as he, like, we're at least gonna get some meat out of this, and we're not coming back empty-handed.
Maybe we can add a picture or something to Skadi's family wall.
Oh.
You notice that Gil starts walking and giving you a little bit of a wide berth. As he notices the dragon lady is already seeming to be a little agitated as it is.
I hope you remember that within 120 feet, you're within range.
Loves a kiss. Mwah.
So, not burdened by needing a path any longer, you make your way back to the camp. The fires are burning, and you are, as you approach range of the fire pit, you hear a bit of a whistle, a bit of a signal whistle, as a figure in the shadows alerts to your presence, and you're met with Tallow kind of walking up to you guys, going, I was expecting you a little earlier, and with more anything. What happened?
We had to deal with some flying bitches. Literally.
The hell is that supposed to mean?
You know, they fly, they have feathers, they're bitches.
There was the attack, and we were over a gorge.
Yeah, Tallow. We ran into some harpies coming down the river, and looks like some of their sisters took it personally and came after us. We did manage to get the cart away from the men, but harpies cut the bridge. The only thing we got was this. As he kind of slams the wolf carcass onto the table and immediately kind of cracks his back and just rubbing at his shoulders from carrying that thing. So...
Exactly what I said.
Yeah. Fair being fair. They pulled their weight. I'll be back. As Gil goes and ducks into one of the tents, leaving the two of you alone with Tallow. Well, if Gil said you pulled your weight, I trust the man. I'd say you've certainly earned yourself a bit of a keep around here. Even if the wolf is the only thing we got out of it, she'll make a blanket, keep us fed for a little. But we are going to have to find something a bit more. And we can't keep hammering the caravans. Not so soon. If only we could have saved more of the supplies off of there before it fell. We could have just chalked it up to harpies. If we hit another one, they'll start getting suspicious. So we're going to have to get supplies from somewhere else. You think you're up to doing a little bit of trade with some of the other clans?
Just let us know when, let us know where, we'll get on it.
Well, the two of you look like you've taken a bit of a beating. So I'd say you've earned your rest, at least for a spell. So you tell me when you're ready to go, and I'll send you on your way with a bit of coin to go and buy supplies for us.
Give us a couple hours, we'll be back.
Does that mean I'm still sharing a tent with this elf?
Was that your reaction or Roro's reaction?
Definitely Roro.
As Tallow kind of gives you a sideways glance, looking a little unsure of himself. You know, I think we can arrange for you to have your own stay.
You don't want to stay with me?
No.
Wow, everyone's so hateful towards Roro.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to share a bunk with that elf. You never know what he's gonna do in the middle of the night. Gil says, coming out with a bit of a bundle in his arms as he starts walking over to his boat. Well, that being the case then, Roro was it? You can have this one up here. And the lady can take the one behind me.
I approve of that.
That's so far away.
That's the point. So Skadi is actually going to go over here to where Gil is.
Okay.
Are you, Gil?
What'd you say?
Are you leaving, Gil?
Just getting my stuff packed up. I figured he'd want to give you your own bunks if you're like he would have put, made yourselves useful.
That's fine. I just wanted to ask for your opinion on something.
Yeah, what's that?
Well, as we were leaving the last town before you, we heard rumor that the Halderi set claimed for our hometown, and I wondered if you thought that in his character.
Just in general, or if I think he burned your place?
Just in general.
Well, for an elf, he's a little bit more practical than I would have seen. He might have... I'd say it's within his ability, certainly, to burn something to the ground. Would he? I'd say depending on the place. I'd see him probably more set using fire as a distraction for a camp, more than I would him burning a town full of civilians. As far as I've known the guy, nah, I wouldn't think he'd just go around setting fires. Or at least towards a populace. He's trying to save these people.
Thank you, I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't put it past him to burn an enemy stronghold, but then again, he might have better use for it than what, say, these boys would do for it. Set an example.
Oh yeah? Is that what this camp does? Set example?
If we have to. I mean, hell, that's half our reason here. We're letting the big man in charge know that he's not going any further south. This is just a taste of what he'll get.
Skadi's going to nod. She has much to ponder now. Farewell on your travels, though, if we don't see you before we set off again.
You guys are heading off?
In a few hours, I suppose.
Oh yeah? Where are you off to?
We don't know yet, but it seems we'll be doing some trading.
Yeah, Tallow probably would, he was pretty well set on getting some things for camp here.
You can see why.
I guess that means I better get some rest too. So who knows who he's planning on having you guys go and barter with.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, at least you won't have to deal with the extracurricular noises I'm sure that your friend he's gonna deal with.
This is coming from Kevin, not Roro, you fucking... Wow! Anyways, continue.
For what it's worth, you're not bad for a mainlander. You got some fight in you.
Well, I appreciate that. Have yourself a good rest.
Yep. You see, he kind of steps onto his boat, kind of flipping out a thick sheet, and starts settling himself in. So, is there anything that you would like to discuss amongst yourselves or set up and do during what you will be getting a long rest?
Right now I don't think so.
Would this be the time to rearrange spells I have prepared? Or shall I do that?
You'll have a long rest before, in the course of, between weeks here, so yeah, you can reset your spells as you want.
Okay.
Resting, doing a long rest here, you will get your... You'll be able to recover some here.
Am I rooming with anyone?
No. You have all of your stuff was moved. All of your Well, I imagine you probably took most of your stuff with you. You didn't leave anything behind in this camp. So it was cleared out. There's a thick hide that's covering the entranceway here, so it keeps heat in fairly decently.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was just a tent where you can put your stuff down and spread out as you like.
Will do.
We'll say you're going to have a meal prepared for you shortly enough, as through this long rest you are called out to back to the fire where Tallow has started has skinned the wolf and has the skin up on a rack starting to dry, and there are chunks of the meat from the wolf being cooked, which you will have the opportunity to take part in. You will get half of your hit dice back, and you will be fully healed. I will allow you to recover your hit points.
Also, I have a question.
Yes.
May I take Sirius out of his pocket?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Actually, we need to go. The kids are ripping apart.
Exactly. That's why I was kind of closing this out. So, good work. That was fun.
Yeah.
And as for if your schedule is back to normal, we can go back to our usual time.
Yeah, that would probably work out. Yeah, Mondays.
Our Monday afternoon game. So, yeah. Awesome work. Good job. And yeah, that'll close us out.